Sevens, everybody. This is Concerned Penguins trying his best to fill in for Kraken. I don't think it's going to be really that possible, but we'll give it a good shot. This week on all of our shows we got from the good old SIG. First off, we had Calling All Deads, where we were talking about thruster changes in Atmo. Right now, you can kind of like nose first and be like, oh, let me just like hang out here and do my thing. And then like point at you and shoot you and stuff like that with my 600i. And the question was kind of asked, like, why the frick can I do that without VTOL thrusters? And the answer is soon you can't. They're working on it. And right now, just because of the current system dynamics, they have to let you do it. But they actually are actively working on fixing that. So, that's kind of cool. We might learn here also at this very point that Jared is a horrible person for calling somebody sick at home. Just kidding. But still. Next up, we have weapons at rest across the chest. They don't really show it yet, like as fast as I can, but you know, things happen. Right now, you have to put it behind your back, like holstered, or you can just point. But you can't actually like put it across your chest and like lay it at rest on a sling, you know, in front of you, like you'll see like most police and guards will do in high security areas. Can't do that, and the idea is why can't I? And what we learned is they didn't really think about it. They're looking at it. We might get it soon. If nothing else, they do hope to get in there eventually. So, there's that. A lot of stuff about Atmo this year, or this particular CAD. And the next thing is will we get ships, will we get planes, etc. that can be Atmo only? The answer is not yet. And I personally don't think that we'll see this until the end, because, well, those are very limited, very minor scope kind of stuff, right? Like, why do I need a battle cruiser that can only go in water when I can bring in a hammerhead? And the answer is immersion, but at the same time, it's also kind of like the last kind of important thing to do, to be honest. Can't even swim yet, for heaven's sake. The next other thing that came up was are we going to see the Aaron Halo? What's up right now? We're going to see the Aaron Halo and its rings and its gateways around ArcCorp when ArcCorp first gets dropped on us. And the answer is no. Right now, they're considering that like almost like its own separate planet. And because of that, we've got to kind of like wait for its own release. Moving on to the next one. We saw some dance moves. We saw some interesting call-outs to FOIP and that it's coming, and they've almost got done. Next thing up is they've updated some of their workflows, which allows for things like, how is it? Elevators. Elevators now can move, go sideways, up, down, whatever they need to do to get to you. So that's kind of cool. They've also changed some of the dynamics of AI, which is kind of handy. They've also are removing from, right now there's streaming containers at you, and always having to keep them there. They're moving to a tag-based stream where they can say, hey, this thing right here, this is a penguin. So, because this is part of a penguin, stream this. This over here is not a penguin, don't stream it. So it's allowing them to kind of do that object streaming, and it also allows them to do some other kind of like on-demand stuff, which is kind of cool. And it also allows them to say like, hey, this is high-def penguin, this is far-distance penguin, etc., etc. I don't know why they haven't got to this yet, but I'm glad they have it. Next up, we see some pictures of Lorville. Let's see if I can, there we go. So we've got Lorville in the mix, which is kind of handy. I'm actually very excited for another station, to be honest with you. Like, I'm bored as heck of the ones we have. We haven't seen a new station in quite a while. 3.0, I think, with Levski, right? So, it'd be cool to see a new one. So we've shown the elevators. New mining improvements were kind of made at the moment. Let's see. There's the elevators. So currently on these particular rocks, you can now see like a bar, and it'll actually auto adjust kind of to let you keep it within range a little bit easier. They don't blow things up, which is kind of handy. So now you shouldn't blow up as many rocks. Woo. The next thing up is they kind of show us some more pictures as you just saw and right now of different new truck stop designs and how it's all modularly built on demand. But they all look a little different. So those are the small truck stops that they were talking about. You've seen 3 of them right there. We should see initially 8 of them, more to come after that probably. We'll see, we might even see more than 8 to begin with. They're currently testing that to see if 8's enough. And that's 8 just for our system. Another thing they kind of have alluded to lately is they're going to drop something on us at Gamescom. Haven't seen what yet. I don't know if it was supposed to be the Mercury ship or something else. And then lastly they said at SitCon they're going to drop some more stuff on us. I'm really hoping it's wormholes or, heaven forbid, something about facilities. You guys know me, I love my facilities, okay? Next up, we've seen some of the different Phoenix final updates as you just saw. They have a piano, they've got some other things going on, which is kind of cool. And they are currently at Gamescom. Speaking of Gamescom, they released this while they were at Gamescom, which is their little like ship-shaped thing about the Mercury. If you haven't found out, it's a new ship. Well, there's an episode right after this that'll tell you more about it. But we're going to just touch on the fact that it's a data runner, asymmetrical, and it looks a lot like, because intentionally, like the Genesis Starlifter. So I hope you look at it, enjoy it. It's going to be the Herald's competition. I still personally kind of like the Herald more, but this one will be more for those that are just doing general data running, in my opinion. We'll do a comparison of the two in the future once we get more information about it. But with that being said, 07s, cheers. I hope you guys enjoyed the show and have a good one.
Hey everybody, Rough Galaxy here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Crusader Mercury Star Runner, the latest ship from Star Citizen. Let's jump right in, shall we? First thing I notice, big open window. Going to be really easy to see. Really nice. We're excited about that. Alright, so, do we jump in? Looks like it has a really nice wing design, so it should be good in atmosphere as well as in the vacuum. The turrets, always nice. Here we go. Yeah, a unique crystal view cockpit offers maximum visibility. And they're not kidding. I mean, this is on par with the Origin 600i. I mean, you can clearly see all around you. It looks fantastic. So looking at this, it's definitely a sizable ship. It's bigger than I expected it to be. I mean, you can see the guy down here at the bottom of the ramp. I would say it's probably about Constellation size. So not a gigantic ship, but definitely not small. Which is good, because I feel like this is going to have a few people to run it. Which you definitely want to be able to play with friends, right? Looks like VTOL thrusters for takeoff and landing. An extra wide speed ramp. Isn't that just loading ramp? In any case, let's take a look inside. I like the design. It's very open, very clean. Really easy to get around. It's very... If you've ever played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, It's very Ebon Hawk like in its shape. And I approve. That ship was great. Here we have I believe this is a Star Lifter. Was I wrong in thinking that the Star Lifter was a massive ship? Maybe I was. But you can definitely tell that they share design, both being Crusader Industries. Let's take a look at the inside of the ship here. A reasonably large size cargo hold, 96 SCU. Definitely solid. The data storage room in the center, along with a scanner room, a habitation area which looks like it has a shower, bathroom, and I want to say 2 bunks is what it looks like. They have a small rec room which looks like that's where you're going to have your meals. So clearly designed for people to be out and about for long periods of time. You can definitely tell that just by looking at the interior. This thing is not meant to come home very often. So this is probably going to be medium to long range in space. So we're going to be way out in the black with this. Let's see. 40 meters long, 38 meters wide, 11.6 meters tall. Regular speed of 215 meters per second. Pretty solid. For a larger ship. Crew of 3. Light armor, which makes sense. It's meant to move fast, not duke it out. Medium-sized jump drive, medium-sized quantum drive, which all makes sense. 3 main thrusters, 4 retro thrusters, 4 VTOL thrusters. For maneuvering, 8 joint maneuvering. So this thing looks like it's going to be pretty nimble. So when things go sideways, you can get. I like it. Standard chaff and flares. 2 size 2 missile pods, each with 2 size 1 missile pylons. 2 size 3 hard points. Which it looks like it comes with 1 gimbal size 2 laser repeater. But you can get some serious hardware on that. And 2 man turrets, each with 2 size 2 laser repeaters. So if this thing's got to fight off some pursuers, it looks like it would be capable. I can definitely see some Millennium Falcon stuff happening with this ship. It's always exciting. That's it, a quick overview of the brand new Crusader Mercury. I think people are going to really, really enjoy this ship. Until next time, Rough Galaxy, hang off.
Hello, this is Concerned Penguins here to give you a little bit of the lore from this week. We have On the Run. Talk about a couple of criminals that came in, broke into a really, really pompous place that was a little mini fortress. Took out a guard like it was nothing because the guard didn't decide to, like, you know, consider the fact that when somebody new is in a secure area that it's press alarm first, ask questions later. And so what we see is he kind of questions them and acts all like, oh, I must be the thing that exists is one step lower than God, and gets knocked out, maybe even killed. I'm guessing killed based off the fact that they removed something from his head, which is a dead switch. And then they hack the dead switch and say, hey, no, actually the guard that's dead over here is alive and walking around. So don't expect dead switches if you see them as an option for your AI to be a saver. So next up we see there's somebody called Mr. Gauss. If you see him trying to go after you, it's probably bad shape. If you're a criminal and you're looking for a job, he's a good person to talk to. Next thing we need to find out is it's a really good idea, even if you think that you're really all that, to secure your hangars. It talks about how this guy was like, oh, I am not to be bothered by security in my private hangar, and well, he learned quickly that's a bad idea. Lastly, we learn about the advocacy, and we learn about decoys. So decoys first. Decoys, you can throw them up and it throws up a bunch of holographic images, could be used for distractions, etc. But after that, the advocacy. It's essentially a group that are bounty hunters slash vigilantes is a better way of putting it, that will come after you if you're a criminal. Lastly, money can't buy you everything. It's still going to be better that you have actual people than AI, because they're going to make stupid mistakes. They're not going to be able to quickly determine something is a foe. So even if you have AI security, they're not your best option. You still want somebody somewhere along the chain of events to your more secure stuff to be an actual player. Nothing else that can quickly signal, hey, something is not right here. Even if it's off comms. And lastly, we learned that not all Banu are good. If you or me were in there, like, oh, the Banu are sovereign kind of people. There's no criminals among the Banu. We've learned through this post that even, I'm guessing even the Xian, especially based off of some of the lore, but Banu so far have been shown to be kind of like not bad. This shows that there are a few bad ones, so don't trust every Banu. Alright everybody, thank you for watching, have a good one, 07s.